Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
All right, this is kind of funny. Given the fact that I keep people's identity confidential and I don't reveal their true identity to others. So people trust me a lot. They feel very comfortable in sharing things with me. And given the fact that I don't judge them, or, you can literally tell me anything and I'll be like, whatever. Because I've seen it. Unless, of course, it's a very, very extreme, serious offense. Anything in between, you can literally tell me. I've had people who have admitted about having sex surgery. Some have even shared their photographs and videos of their genitals. And I'm like, excuse me, I'm not a doctor. Why are you showing me this? So, and people have told me, oh, I've had sex with this and that. And so people can tell me anything. I'm not one to judge. In fact, I've even had people who have had sex within members of their family, and they said, I did this. And I'm like, okay, what do you want me to do? So it doesn't shock me. It doesn't surprise me. I've seen, I think over the period of 25 years of coaching and mentoring and giving people advice, I've met lots of kinds of people. Okay. So one of the common things which some people share, especially young Indian men, is like their fantasy or fascination or their desire to marry a girl or get a girlfriend. And one of their common hopes, dreams or fantasies is they want a white female. And I don't blame them. When I was young, how old was I? When I was 16 or 20 years old, I also had the fascination and the dream, one day I'll marry a girl from America or a white girl. Or, you see too many of these Hollywood movies, and you think these females who are in these Hollywood movies is what is a normal female. So I thought this guy had to move, so that's why I waited. Okay, so what I was saying was, so I was under the assumption females in the West, females in America and all that, they look like the ones in Hollywood. Little did I know that was far from the truth. And you need to understand, this is pre-internet days. There was only a television. There was no Google. There was no way to find out. We always thought America is what we saw in the Hollywood movies, like Airwolf and Knight Rider. You can Google search these names. Airwolf, Knight Rider, all the American movies those days, like RoboCop. Okay, Terminator and all that. So we thought Sylvester Stallone, Rambo, or WWF, all was real. Okay. And given the fact that my parents were anyway not guiding me and they didn't know better enough, so what did I know? Okay. So I always had the fascination, but obviously as time progressed, as I started to meet girls and guys and did get some Gora, I realized, no man, it's not what I want. I thought that is what I want, it's not what I want. So now comes to our young boys who have the internet, who have social media, who have Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and they want a white female or Gora chick, white female. And I understand why this desire is. obviously, the sense of self-worth. Oh, I have a white chick. That is why if you see any Indian guy, if he has even if he has a Russian female, even if he has a Ukrainian or from Far East or whatever, yeah, and even if in some cases, even if she's slightly plump, for them it's a matter of pride. In some cases, I have a white chick. They feel the sense of self-worth. Being Indian, I have a white female, white. And yes, there are a lot of people who give a lot of value to white skin. That is why in so many of these Asian countries, Fair and Lovely is a cream. You can search this, Fair and Lovely or Fair and Handsome. White is considered like high class privilege. That is why in Thailand, they have creams, they have surgeries, they have medical treatments to lighten your skin. And it comes down to culture and tradition, because the king or the royalty wouldn't work in the sun, but a normal poor farmer had to work in the sun. So the lighter your skin is, the more royal you're considered, or it's considered beautiful. Okay, that is why you literally see people put creams on their face. When you go to Asian countries, you'll see some dried up like application on their face. And even on social media, they have apps. It's called a face app, FACEAPP. Face app, where it makes your skin lighter, it makes it smoothen. And we have seen this on Instagram, people smoothen their skin. Even my wifey, she has quite a number of dots and freckles, but she will use this photograph app where she literally, from how she looks on the photograph, she looks like she's, I don't know, 18 years old. She looks like a small girl. So it's, anyway, so the point I'm trying to make here is there's a fascination for white. But now, what is the problem? What is the issue? It's not wrong to want or tell yourself, okay, I want a slim female, I want a beautiful female, I want a light-skinned female, or I want an educated female. Fine, there's nothing wrong. Everyone is entitled to what they feel they want. But now, where is the problem? The problem is you're not considering the most important factor. And no, it is not money. It's not at all money. It's not at all like, oh, you're black and she's white, or you're brown. And it's about culture, tradition, and your background. See, I'll give you a few basic things. An Indian, we have certain mannerisms. We have certain culture, tradition, behaviors. You'll never see a Western individual have them. Like, for example, we eat with our hands. Just search online. Or if you have traveled, you would know, if you're not Indian, that is, Indians eat with their hands, like a chapati or bread. You'll never see them eat a chapati with a fork and knife. You'll never see a Keralite or a South Indian or a Madrasi or eat rice. Like, they'll make the rice into a ball. They'll actually make it into a ball. You can search on video. They'll dip it into the gravy. There'll be a couple of items there. They'll dip it and they'll eat it. It's not, and please don't fall for some extreme disgusting videos. Some of these content creators are searching where people are stamping food and flies and all that, and they're saying this is India. That's in the poorest of the poor neighborhoods. That is not how naturally Indians are. So please differentiate between extreme videos and common sense. Okay, so Indians do that. And you must say, you'll not believe, when I married my first wife, who's Irish, her relatives, when I was eating with their hand, just bread, their actual response was, they are serious, huh? Their actual response was, ew, yuck, fucking hell, you're eating with your fingers, disgusting. It's like, Oh, then one other guy chimed in and said, wait. The most irritating thing, the speed at which he's going is maybe 10 kilometers an hour, but the noise that is being farted out of that machine is like as if it's a bloody racing Harley or some shit. Irritating, man. Okay, so what I was saying was, so these Irish friends of hers, relatives, they said, oh, disgusting. And one of them chimed in, oh, he's from a backward country like India. And this is 26 years ago, so I don't blame them. They didn't travel, they didn't know. Okay, so I'm not holding it against them. Neither will I call them, I'll not call them racist or anything. They just did not know better. They were ignorant about different cultures. Okay, that's why when, let's say an Indian or someone, he goes to these Western countries, they don't have like water to wash their rear end. They don't have water. They use tissue paper, which for an Indian, he'll be like, are you yak? How can you? Yeah, because just imagine eating a masala-filled meal and then using tissue to wipe your hand. It'll still smell. It'll still be disgusting. You have to use soap and water. So, anyway, that's up for debate. And I personally find it very disgusting that they don't use, proper hygienic methods, especially when they answer nature's call. Anyway, that's for another debate. So, so they considered what I did backward. Little did they know, this is culture, this is tradition. So there are a lot of mannerisms, a lot of things that different cultures or different people do. Like, for example, if you see people in the West, they eat chicken breast, they eat chicken leg, only the meat. Okay? They would never eat feet of chicken. They would never eat the beak, the neck. But if you come to Thailand or China, they don't spare the feet, they don't spare the head, the neck, even the wings, nothing. In fact, meat, they will eat the intestines, the liver, the kidney, all that. And in US, in the West, before the war, they would consider this very dirty and disgusting. But because of the war, food was in shortage, especially when you go for war. So they called the chefs, and this is actual history, this is not from my pocket. So what actually happened is they brought in the chefs, where they actually taught them, they asked them, can you make liver, kidney, the innards, the heart and all that? Can you make it like palpable? Is it healthy to eat? So they were not sure. And today, people eat liver, people eat heart, people eat kidney, people eat all these, which was considered disgusting. So the reason for Chinese people eating insects or ants, all that, is because they lived in abject poverty. They lived, they had to survive in the jungles, and they didn't have the luxury. Eating chicken and all that was for rich people. So that's the same with, people, let's say in India. They would learn to eat with, simple rice and, what the earth would offer in terms of vegetables and fruits. My wife literally goes out into this forest here, and I don't know how she identifies leaves and all that. They eat that. Even ants and ant eggs. And I've tasted it. It's protein. So, but if you were to tell a person from the West, they say, yuck, disgusting. And even our Indians, they find how the Chinese people eat rats and all that disgusting. But if you have traveled the world, you'll realize this is part and parcel of the culture. Okay, there are even Filipino dishes where an egg of a bird, and the bird is like maybe a couple of weeks old, but it's still unborn. They will eat that. You can Google search. I don't know the particular name for it. It looks very disgusting because you will see the veins of the the bird and all that. It's like almost grown, you know. In Pakistan, they eat cows' hooves. It's called paya, goat's hooves. They eat the brain of the goat, which is one of the most delicious dishes. I've eaten that. So the point I'm trying to make you understand here is different cultures, different traditions, different backgrounds. Okay. And because I've mixed and I've lived with Western expats or Westerners, their culture, their tradition, their upbringing, their belief systems is very different to yours. In fact, when people are in love and they are of two different religions, you know, immature, like the one particular girl who was commenting under my YouTube video, she said, if you're truly in love, religion doesn't matter. Yeah, love is an emotion and a feeling. Nothing matters. You can be tall, short, you can be ugly, you can be whatever. It's an emotion, feeling. But to survive in the real world, religion does matter. Society does matter. Your passport does matter. Try Indian passport holder and Pakistani passport holder. If they were to get married, there's a lot of legal implications. If, let's say, Western expat were to marry a Chinese, don't think it's going to be that easy. They will, you know, maybe the guy is from China, maybe he's part of the Communist Party, and he marries a female. You think they're not going to put them under the radar? Come on, man. For that matter, Muslim and non-Muslim. Let's say, and do you know in Islam, Muslim female, that also from a strict Islamic, this thing, especially Arabs, they're not allowed to marry a non-Muslim. So these factors come into play. So now where the Gora or the white, you know, these folks are concerned, their priorities, their focus in life, their value systems, it's totally different, man. It's different from ours. And see, when you are in the romantic phase and when you're in love and everything is hunky-dory. But once the romantic phase gets over with, once that, you know, the honeymoon phase is over, I'll tell you, reality will come and bite you in the ass, man. Like, I'll give you key areas where a guy and a girl, okay, if the guy is Asian and the female is Western, where it will not work. Number one is Indian style of parenting. Very different. Very, very different to American style of parenting. In American style of parenting, for example, American or Western style, UK, whatever, when they are angry, go to your room. When they are angry and they want to punish the child, go to your room. That's the worst punishment. Indian style, you bloody take the slipper and you give it one with your hand. We know, go to your room, give jhapad and remove papad. Another one, in Western culture, guy can go have a night out or something with their friends and stay all the girls together in one place, and you know, they have their own private room, and the guy or the girl can sit in their private room. And do you know this? My Irish wife had, each girl or guy is given their own private room and you have to knock before entering. Can you imagine that? Your own house, you're paying the money, but you have to knock and take permission before entering. And I've seen YouTube videos where the girl has locked the door with her boyfriend and the mother's like, open the door and open the door. You'll not see that in Indian families. Bloody hell. What nonsense here. One thing is not going to happen in my house, that's for sure. My roof, my money, I'm taking care. You listen to what I have to say. And then you have this typical Western phenomenon of feminism and all that. I'm not saying that a guy should beat the female or no, but for them they consider, and sadly, sad to say, the Western culture has seeped into India, the Eastern lifestyle. That is why nowadays females, they'll go with their friends for drinking, or they'll have male friends and all that, which was unacceptable a few years ago, man. In fact, here on this island, I see so many of these Goras come here. I'm telling you, this is not exaggeration. You'll see small girls dressed up in like a bikini, man. Very, very inappropriate. And they'll be walking, not on the beach. They'll be walking in the, like where people are selling fruits and vegetables in the market or in public places. Just imagine if a small girl who's maybe 7 or 9 years old is so comfortable showing her body. When she grows up, what she'll do? And another one, a simple one before I conclude. This many Goras, because the government supports them, because their passport, they can travel anywhere in the world. They have unemployment benefits and all that. They are called bag packers. They will travel to a country. They will sleep literally like bed space on the floor, eat, whatever. They don't have any money. They don't give a damn. And they'll dedicate their lives to taking care of a dog, a cat. Here there are dog and cat shelters. People literally come down for a holiday here for 2-3 months, 6 months, 1 year. They work for free to take care of dogs and cats. They will raise money for dogs and cats. Seriously. They'll not do it for human beings. They'll do it for dogs and cats. You seriously, have you known any Indian who's a backpacker who lives like this? Country to country, hand to mouth. Do you think the Indian government will give you unemployment benefits? Or don't have money, take free money? See, boss, all these things no matter. And remember this, our Indian lifestyle, where you literally have to earn survival of the fittest, like Mumbai. If you have to survive in places like Mumbai and Delhi, oh goodness. Even getting admission in a college, people literally have to give 10 to 15 years of their life with extra classes, studying 8 hours in school and 8 hours extra or 6 hours extra. It's called extra class or whatever. Preparing for entrance exam. You can't. And the passport, you don't get visa on arrival every country, man. So you have to really earn your stripes. The Gora passport, white passport, anywhere you go, you get visa, whatever. Even if you are, how many cooks, cleaners and people who are flipping burgers, they'll come here and they'll act like they're big shots. You'll never see cooks, cleaners, electrician, laborers, construction workers take like this holidays to different exotic locations. So the point I'm trying to make you understand is there's a difference in our cultures where Indians, see my wife, during certain festivals, she will touch my feet. Seriously, touch my feet, wash it with water and put her head to my leg. And she has taught my daughter that. This is a very Indian tradition. This is a very Thai tradition. Do you really think a Westerner, you've seen any Westerner do that? Can you imagine a Westerner doing that? So don't fool yourself thinking that marrying a Gora, you're going to be happy. Yeah, fun will be there, sex will be there. And if you're a simp where you want to dance, like I see in a YouTuber where his female is very famous and he was actually a security guard in Dubai and he married her and he is so lucky that he got this beautiful female. He worships her. I don't blame him. For him, she is God. He's lucky. And he has dedicated his entire life to worshipping her and fulfilling her brand and her goals, and fine. That's as long as he's happy. It's none of my business. But otherwise, if you really want to be a man, then boss, you need to either earn a really good amount of money, have a good track record, good success. That is why some YouTubers not take his name. He has millions. He married a hot chick and he has migrated abroad. So then you can maintain that. Otherwise, if you don't have the money, don't have the power, don't have the success, and still you're expecting sun, moon, and stars, your ass will be handed over to you. All I can tell you is, if you really are crazy about a white chick or Gora or foreigner or Westerner, fine. Have it as a girlfriend, have it as, for fun and all that. Marriage, children, future, don't fool yourself. You're going to be miserable. Especially if you don't have the money, don't have the power, and don't have the capacity to be a man. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. You let me know if you feel what I've said is right or wrong. Tell me. I'm open to your ideas and suggestions. And remember, the Indian females who try to live a Western template, they'll forever end up single, frustrated, empty. And though they show that they're very happy and successful in career and amazing body and figure, and they'll always be empty inside. They'll justify by having dogs and cats and going for holidays and keeping their friends and showing, oh, I'm an independent woman. Deep down, they are empty. I say this because I know I have many clients like that. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, boss. Let me know your thoughts, good, bad, ugly. Feel free. You can tell me if I'm wrong. This is me signing off. Honest advice. Marry, like always, buy a car that you can afford the service maintenance. Don't go way beyond your budget. Okay? You take care. It's me signing off.